Tiger and the Zoo. Leslie Norris, author. George Leslie Norris, May 21, 1921, April 6, 2006, was a prize-winning Welsh poet and short story writer. He taught at academic institutions in Britain and the United States, including Brigham Young University. Norris is considered one of the most important Welsh writers of the post-war period, and his literary publications have won many prizes. Introduction. The poem explains the situation of a tiger in the zoo. The poet narrates a tiger's erstwhile life in the jungle when he has been a free animal and now when he is caged in the zoo. The poem begins by describing the physical features of the tiger, which is kept in a little cage. The poet then goes on to describe how a tiger's life would have been if he was in the jungle. In the end, the poet once again explains the situation of the tiger in the cage. The poet says that cage life has changed the personality of the tiger. He further elaborates that the tiger was a powerful and brave animal in the jungle and villagers were terrified by his power. However, now the tiger has been confined in the cage and has turned into a helpless and powerless animal. Stanza I. He stalks in his vivid stripes. The few steps of his cage. On pads of velvet quiet. In his quiet rage. Explanation. In the opening stanza, the poet describes the appearance of the tiger in the zoo. He says that the stripes on the tiger's body are visible from a far distance. These stripes are darker in color than the rest of his body structure. The tiger moves in the cage but can walk only a few steps as the cage is small. He walks quietly due to its smooth velvet pads. The tiger is full of anger, but he suppresses it due to his helplessness. Stanza 2. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass, near the water hole, where plump deer pass. In the second stanza, the poet imagines the life of the tiger in the jungle. He describes the other side of the tiger when he is a free animal. The poet says that, in the natural habitat, i.e. the dark forest, the tiger would have been lying in the shadow of the tree or hiding in the long grass to prevent other animals from noticing his movement. In this way, he would reach the water hole where all the animals of the forest come to drink water. When a deer would pass through the water hole, he would attack him and have him as a meal for the day. Stanza 3. He should be snarling around houses, at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. In the third stanza, the poet says that the tiger would be growling at the edge of the jungle near the village. The tiger would show his white long sharp teeth and long carved nails while moving here and there to scare the villagers. Here, the poet wants to convey that if we destroy the forests, then tigers will forcefully come out to towns and villages for their food. Thus, they will become the cause of terror to humans. Stanza 4. But he's locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. In the fourth stanza, the poet stops imagining the tiger's forest life and returns to the real condition. The poet says that the tiger is locked in a strong cell, which is made up of sturdy material. He has all the strength and power, but he is still behind bars. The tiger moves slowly and quietly in his cage and pays no attention to people who are coming to see him. Stanza V. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. In the last stanza, the poet says that the tiger does not sleep at night. He hears the sound of the patrolling car. The noise of the patrolling car disturbs the tiger and does not allow him to sleep. He keeps staring at the stars with his brilliant eyes. He gets lost in his thoughts and wonders why he has been imprisoned in the cage.